becomes less like you're working every day and less like you're a workaholic and more just like you've created this lifestyle of doing what you love every single day. All right, it seems I may have ruffled a few feathers with last week's Mentor Monday. And I think the main thing that I learned is that I did not communicate my point as clearly as I would have liked to. So today on Mentor Monday, we're gonna talk all about work-life balance as an artist. Alright, if you don't know, my name is TAETRO, your electronic music mentor, and this is a segment on the channel called Mentor Mondays, where we talk about the less technical side of being an electronic musician or an artist, and talk about the more philosophical side of things, the things that nobody really talks about. If you enjoy live electronic music performances, tutorials, or content that's going to help you be a more productive producer, click the subscribe button down below. Also really love, especially on these videos, when we start a discussion in the comments, so feel free to leave your take in a comment. Last week I was trying to balance the fact that I had 2 videos to get done for the next day, and then I wanted to also see my friends, and the only way I was gonna make both of those things happen was to bring some editing, still hang out with my friends, but also like be doing some work at the same time. And I think a reasonable take from last week's video is me encouraging you to be a workaholic, and that's not really what I meant to say or how I meant it to come across. Really what I wanted to talk about is the conflicting schedules between a working artist and then friends and family that are not involved in the arts or some similar alternative career. The biggest point I was trying to make was that when you're an artist, you work a different type of schedule, whether that's dependent on like inspiration or demands of whatever type of content you're putting up. Most of the time as an artist, you're creating something that people use for escapism. And when do people consume escapist content or content that has to do with their passion? Usually they do that outside of their typical work time, the 9 to 5. To meet your audience where they're at, you technically have to be working when they're not, because you want to be delivering them the best content when they can watch it or when they can consume it. So most of my friends had that Sunday evening off and didn't really have to think about anything besides going to work the next day. But my schedule sort of conflicts with that because I've made this commitment to post on Mondays, which means I'm usually preparing on the Sunday because that's my workflow. So it's just a difference in schedule between artists and creatives and then people who work general normal 9 to 5 jobs. And that was my main point. It's like surrounding yourself with people who understand that. And if you notice, like I was still having a great time being with my friends, I don't really care that much about football, and they're all super supportive and understanding of what I do, so that's great. I think it's all about communicating that with the people around you, your family, your friends, making sure they sort of understand your lifestyle, because it can be sort of easy to get swept up into a lifestyle that doesn't match up with your goals or where your work wants to be. So no, I'm not saying be a workaholic and skip the parties. I'm saying do what you love and understand that it might look different than the people around you. So you might not necessarily want to match up your lifestyle with that of your friends or family. Everybody has different goals and ways of getting to those goals. But there's another point I want to talk about, and that's work-life balance in general as an artist. My main goal as a creative person and an artist and a musician has always been to have the freedom over my time and to be able to do what I love at all times. Now, the thing that has changed over time is what do I love? There's the music aspect and there's the content creation aspect. I've learned to love both of those things, and it's to a point where it's not really work. It's work, it generates my livelihood, it's an obligation, but all of that is by choice, and I choose that because that's what I love to do. But that doesn't mean I don't take time for recreational activities, for like chilling out, for being with people and being in the moment. But it does mean that on most days, I'm doing something related to my art form or to creating content. And technically, yes, that is my work. And technically that might mean that I work 7 days a week. It doesn't look like me putting on a suit and going to an office and sitting in a cubicle for 7 days a week. It doesn't look like that at all. It looks like somebody doing what they love every single day for a portion of every single day, not all day. And that's just me understanding my own truth and being self-aware. There's things that I love to do and am happy to do every single day. I've just found a way to make it my work. So I don't feel like I'm a slave to any company or any boss. I feel like I have autonomy over my own life and my own work and how I generate my means of income. And that's a freedom that I've been searching for. And I think all artists and creatives should search for as well. It becomes less like you're working every day and less like you're a workaholic and more just like you've created this lifestyle of doing what you love every single day. So I think that's the biggest distinction I needed to make from the last video. I'm saying just understand yourself and be self-aware of what kind of lifestyle you want and how you can best achieve it. The career of an artist and a creative person just looks different than their normal career pathways. I hope that clears it up. I hope I don't ruffle too many feathers, but like I said, this is just my truth. Does not necessarily have to be your truth. But I would love to hear about what your truths are in the comments. Talk to me about your lifestyles. What are your plans? What are your goals? Do you tend to use your creative outlet as escapism that you only like to do occasionally? Or would you like to make your art form more of your every day-to-day life? Let me know. I'd love to hear more about how people fit being creative in their art forms into their lifestyle. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you enjoy live electronic music performances, tutorials, or content to make you a more productive producer, and ring the bell while you're there so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed, and share it with a friend who might also find it helpful or might also enjoy it. Thanks so much for watching. This has been TAETRO, your electronic music mentor. Have a good one.